You're alone in the dark, your heart is beating faster, your hands are sweating. Nothing is actually dangerous, but your body doesn't believe that. Why? Why does modern humanity, with smartphones and morning coffee, still get pulled into the same spiral that your ancestors lived through hundreds of thousands of years ago? That's not weakness, that's design. Let's start at the beginning. Inside your brain sits a small almond-shaped structure. It's called the amygdala. It doesn't think, it doesn't analyze. It does exactly one thing: detect danger and fire signals throughout your body in less than 1/10 of a second. Heart pounds, lungs pump, muscles tighten. You're ready to fight or run before you even have time to think. This system was written into your DNA across millions of years of evolution. Your ancestors didn't fear presentations in front of a crowd. They feared tigers, they feared hostile tribes. Those who felt no fear died, those who feared enough survived. And you are here today, a descendant of the people who knew how to be afraid. But it's not just biology. When you were a child of 5 or 6, every time you did something wrong and were punished, your brain recorded it. Every time you were rejected, mocked, abandoned, your brain recorded it. Those memories don't disappear, they go quiet. And 10, 20, 30 years later, when you're about to talk to someone you like or standing before a major decision, those memories wake up, not as images, as feelings, as a fear you can't explain. And here's what nobody tells you: the greatest human fear is not death, it's exclusion, loneliness, being told you are not enough. Wait, before you decide that fear is your enemy, you need to hear this. Fear is not a flaw, fear is information. When you're afraid to step onto a 15th floor balcony with no railing, that fear is protecting you. When you're afraid to send that email without checking it one more time, that fear is saving you from a mistake. When you're afraid that something in a relationship is off, that fear is telling you, pay closer attention. Elite athletes are not people who feel no fear. They are people who feel fear, then channel that energy into focus. The fear before a competition doesn't paralyze them, it makes them completely alert. The problem is not fear itself. The problem is when you fear things that don't exist, when you fear a future that hasn't happened yet, when you fear the opinion of someone who doesn't understand you, when fear is driving your life instead of serving it. And this is where Buddhism says something entirely different. Buddhism doesn't tell you to destroy fear. Buddhism asks, what is that fear clinging to? There is a concept in Pali, upadana, attachment. It is the act of clinging to a self-image, clinging to a relationship, clinging to a future you want to control. Buddhism says that clinging itself is the root of fear, because you are afraid of losing what you are holding so tightly. And everything you are holding is impermanent. Anicca, nothing stays still. Nothing is yours forever. Your body changes, your emotions change, the people you love change. When you truly understand this, not with your mind but with your bones, the fear of loss begins to loosen. But there's one more thing. Buddhism doesn't just offer theory, it offers a practice: mindfulness, sati in Pali, not sitting in meditation and thinking nothing, but this: when fear arrives, you look at it. You don't run, you don't fight, you observe, you feel your heart pounding, you notice your breath shortening, you watch your thoughts escalating, and you are not those things, you are the one watching them. That small gap, the gap between fear and you, that is freedom. So what do you take home today? First, your fear is not weakness, it is an evolutionary inheritance. It kept your ancestors alive, it is trying to keep you safe. Second, fear is information, not a command. You don't have to obey it blindly. You can listen to it, then choose. Third, the root of your deepest fear is attachment. The tighter you hold, the more you fear losing. Letting go is not giving up. Letting go is refusing to let fear drive your life. And the question you carry with you, the thing you fear most today: are you afraid because it is truly dangerous, or because you are clinging to something you believe you cannot live without? That answer, only you have it.